All right, y'all. Hope everybody's well. That you're gaining some insight from these videos. We talk about goals, and it sounds like should be super easy. Oh, I just want to do this, so I'm going to do that. All right, well, that's great. But what that doesn't prepare for is unexpected hiccups, roadblocks, things in life. And a lot of times where people fail is they're ready to do all the work. It's if you need me to eat less, I'll eat less, work out more, I'll work out more, do more hours to make more money, I'll do it. And a lot of times that's not the issue. As we talked about in the previous video, when people don't have a plan, then eventually you're gonna get stuck. And if you don't have it written down, you're seeing it, and you really know where you're heading, things that pop up can seem very daunting. And then, I went to this party and my goal was to lose all this weight, and I ate a bunch of stuff and I drank a bunch of stuff. I didn't really have any kind of focus or direction as I'm doing these things, and I just sort of shit out, and now my goal is not necessarily where I want it to be. And so a couple of questions I have clients ask when these things do come up is it worth it? Is this thing worth it? And if it's yes, then go for it. And two, is this taking me closer or further away from my goal? And a lot of times when you ask those two questions, you can eliminate a lot of things that might distract you. And so distractions happen, as we just mentioned. And what happens is people are not overly in tune with their goal. So it's easy to just be like a butterfly flittering in the wind. And so a lot of people, when they lose out on their goal attainment, it's because they're not using their visualization. It seems like something very simple. And for me, it's one of the hardest things, because I don't mind grinding hard, but I always don't have that carrot in front of me that I'm looking at saying, okay, this is the thing that I'm going for. And beyond that, it has to be super specific. So a lot of people will say, oh, I just want $1 million. I can see myself with $1 million. That's great. I can see myself, I have a boat, I have a house, I have this, I can go to Burger King 19 times a week, and everything's great. But they don't see the steps that it takes to get there, right? So visualization is not just the end game. It's all the points in between. So the steps that you have to take to get there. And when you reach X goal, how are you gonna feel? And when you reach the final goal, how's it gonna feel? All the sensations, smell, taste, what are you gonna be doing? What are you gonna be wearing? What are you gonna look like? When you have that money, are you going to be helping other people? When you lose that weight, is there a certain bathing suit you wanna get into? Is there a destination you wanna go to show off? All these things. And that's where people really do lose out, is not using the visualization enough or detailed enough to actually get that taste of the end goal in their mouth, right? All we see or all we feel is the work that we're putting in to get to that point, without saying, this is how it's gonna be when I get there. And when we don't do that, and all we're feeling is the grind and the hard work and all the crap that goes with it, it's easy to want to give up, because you're not saying this is for a greater purpose. You're just saying, well, I'm doing all this shit right now, I'm not seeing anything, so what's the point? So we got to use visualization, guys. This is something that I talk to clients about, that I almost always lose them, because they're like, just tell me something concrete to do. Just tell me to do more exercises or eat less. Just give me something. And when you tell somebody to do a visualization exercise, it's not very tangible. It's just thinking about something. And so it feels a little woo-woo, a little hippy-dippy, like, is this shit really doing anything? But I promise you, when you really do focus in and drill in on that visualization of the goal, it really does work. And eventually you'll see yourself there. And it helps using pictures. It helps, maybe you have to Photoshop yourself onto a body that you want, or put your picture in a location that you want to be in, whatever it is, the more in depth you get with it, the more details, the more pictures and things, because, women are typically better at formulating very good visuals in their head without having to actually see pictures. Men, not so much. So I know for me, I need to have pictures of the thing because, day to day, not really necessarily thinking about it so much. So you have that in, your line of sight at least once a day, say it's in your bathroom or it's on your refrigerator or whatever. And that way you can't hide from it, okay? So with visualization, the more detail, the better. Sights, sounds, tastes, what you're gonna be doing, how you look, all that stuff. So really dig in, and if you try to use it before and it hasn't worked for you, try again. Meditation also helps because it gets in a place where you can shut your brain off a little bit, get some quiet space, and really formulate the idea of how it's going to be in the future. So give it a shot, y'all. These are steps, these are practices. This is not something that happens overnight. Just like getting strong doesn't happen overnight, this is actually a visual or a mental strengthening exercise. So it has to be worked at a lot. But the more you do it, the more it will give you purpose towards the end game, the more it will make it feel realistic, and it helps you stay motivated when the chips are down and you feel like giving up. So be sure to add visualization to your SMART goal process and watch yourself take off towards those new goals. All right, y'all, have a good day.